Hi, everybody. Well, I'm wondering if we're about to hit that tipping point. The tipping point where people just say, well, enough is enough. You guys are nickel and diming me. The cost is right through the roof, and you're giving us less and less and less for our money. I'm going to take my vacation someplace other than cruising. So recently, a big thing has been that the price of everything has gone through the roof, right? Your price of your cruising is way up. The cost of everything on the cruise ship has gone up. It seems like every week something new is being done or taken away. It's never given to us and not an extra charge, right? There's never anything that seems to be like that. For instance, something simply like Royal Caribbean increasing the laundry service charge by 14%. Okay, that's just one thing. But then you look at the last, then they also just raised gratuities. And not too long ago, they just raised the price of the internet on the cruise ships. And I quietly noticed that the price of specialty restaurants have been going up. And that's not just Royal Caribbean. These are price things that are going up on every cruise line, it seems, and they seem to be taking more and more away. Look at Norwegian. Hey, you want a second entree now at the main dining room? Well, shell out $5 more. You got to give us some more money if you want to actually have the chicken and the fish. You can't. Wait, you want room service? Oh, well, you can order room service, but you can only order room service so many items, and then we're going to charge you for more room service. Everything seems to be on the rise. And if they're not on the rise, they're taking things back. They're removing things. They're cutting services. They're cutting back on things. Royal Caribbean just announced, hey, our big show we have on the Harmony, we have Greece. Well, you know what? We're not going to do Greece anymore. We don't know what we're going to put in there right now. We're going to put in this other production show that's far less staff and far less designs and a lot easier to run and cheaper to run. So we'll put that one in there. Or like Norwegian, who got rid of Kinky Boots, Six, Footloose, all at once. Just cut that. We're taking it back. It's too expensive. And a lot of the things that they're doing is they're blaming still the pandemic. The shutdown. Well, I don't know about you. I'm tired of not only the cruise lines, but even our own governments still blaming things like supply services, right? And getting things to our pockets, if you will, our houses, if you will. I don't know how many times I've heard in the past 5 years that, it's because of the shutdown. We're still recovering from the shutdown. I got news for you for cruise lines. They are breaking records with how many people are on the ships. They're breaking records with how much money they're making from the cruise lines, like their sailings. Like they're billion-dollar profits every year now. It is through the roof. Their ships Royal Caribbean alone ordering, $1.4 billion ships, and they got 5 of them on order. I don't think they're hurting. I don't think they're not making money. You don't do that if you're not making money. So the excuse of, we're still recovering doesn't hold water anymore. But it's getting very frustrating. Remember when cruise lines used to give you a turn-down service in the evening? Remember when they used to have 2 services for your stateroom? They would make your bed up in the morning, and then in the night they would come in and refresh the room in case you took a nap or did anything during the day in the room and before you went out for the entertainment. And then they all cut it back to 1. And the reason they're cutting it back to 1 is not because of global shutdown or anything, if you will. It's because they want to hire less staff. They want to pay less money for the staff to do the services. So if they cut down the stateroom attendants by only going in once a day now, they can cut their staff by 40%. That's a pretty good deal for the cruise lines. However, now, instead of doing, say, 12 staterooms, some cabin attendants are doing 20 staterooms. Their workload has increased dramatically. They are overworked, they're tired, they're working long, long hours, and it's all to hit the bottom line. As a client and a customer, is this beneficial to us? No. It's not beneficial to have staff tired. It's not beneficial to have less staff on a ship, short staff when you're going to a bar and having to wait 40 minutes to get a drink because there's not enough staff to serve you, an overworked stateroom attendant who now basically pays less attention to your room because he has so many other rooms to do all at once. It's not beneficial to us. But did the price of our cruise go down? No. The price of the cruise has done nothing but go up. And it's now through the roof. And it's supply and demand. We're all wanting to cruise right now. Cruising is increased dramatically across the United States to a point where it's hard to find an empty cabin on some ships now. I mean, I'm sailing next May on a 14-day sailing, and it's already sold out, most of the cabins. It's 6 to 7 months away, and it's all sold out. People really want to go. But because we want to go, and because we are willing to pay the money that's out there right now, cruise lines are still testing the water. They're still pulling back services. They're still cutting where they can. They're cutting down on menu items so we get less choice. And all for our benefit, by the way. It's always our benefit because less choice for us means the food's going to come out faster. Well, I don't know about that because I've eaten at many dining facilities, main dining, across multiple cruise lines. And I don't think they're any faster now than they ever were 10 years ago. So I don't think cutting back on that menu is making things faster. Because when they cut down on the menu and they don't have to make as many of the different meals and have different stations, they also can cut back on the staff to make it, which then just takes just as long to do. So we're kind of having shrinkflation where we're paying more money but getting less services. We're getting less entertainment than we got before. We're getting less staff to service us while we're on the cruise ships. We're getting less items for the same amount of money. Even things like in the shop, you'd go in and you'd buy certain things like a shot glass. Next thing you know, the shot glass is smaller. The price has gone up, but the shot glass is smaller. Shrinkflation. It's crazy, and I think we might be hitting that tipping point. I see a lot of people now going, you know what? The price is just too high now. Or I'm seeing people say, you know what? I don't like this cruise line right now because they've done this, or this. I don't feel I'm getting my money anymore. I feel like once I get to the ship, I'm going to be paying the same amount all over again once I get on the ship, even though I paid supposedly in full for an all-inclusive vacation. And the more cruise lines keep taking away, the more things slow down on the ships, and less entertainment, less food, less choices, less reason to cruise. That is very scary because I love cruising, and I feel corporations will go to the brink of what can we get away with before we're being called out. And sometimes, once you start getting called out, it's too late to change.